Hi everyone, it's Lola on Blast Radio, and I'm here with Ricky today,
Hey.
who accepted to give me some of his precious time. Thank you for being here, Ricky. How are you today?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for having me.
No worries, that's my pleasure. Ricky, you are from America and you moved to London 3 years ago?
Yes.
Okay, so how was it moving to London? Like, do you like it here?
I love it here. I moved to London when I was 17, and
Okay.
I'm 20 now. It was really a freeing experience for me, not only culturally, but just meeting people. It's really had a huge impact on who I am today and who I'm going to be. I know that sounds kind of silly, but I love London. I will always have a special place for Oregon, though, in my heart.
Yeah. Well, obviously, it's home, isn't it? But yeah, if you don't mind me asking, I recently learned that you have been adopted by two women. So how was it growing up raised by two parents, the same sex?
Well, if I'm being honest, the first few years of my life, it really didn't come to my attention that much. You know, I knew that other kids had dads, but it didn't really have an impact on me until, say, when I was in middle school, where, you know, it started becoming more real to me of stuff that I was missing out on. For example, I had to teach myself how to shave.
Yeah.
I know that sounds really silly. You don't need a man, you don't need a father to help teach you shave. But it's one of those, you know, father son type things that is just a tradition. And I always thought I didn't really fit in with the guys, and I think that's where I gravitated more towards hanging out with girls because both my parents are women, my sister, so that's why I felt comfortable around.
Yeah, okay, I feel you. And so do you feel would you say that your sexuality has been affected by the fact that you've been raised by two women?
I think that it has, but not in the way you would think. I think that because I grew up in such an open and loving household where I know my parents would love me no matter what, I never had that barrier that most people, I believe, tend to have when it comes to exploring their sexuality. And I think I knew I was bisexual around 6th grade.
Yeah.
And that was tough, when not socially tough, but internally it was hard for me because I found out that I was attracted to guys, but I knew nothing about men. And so to stack that up on top of being bisexual, it was really intimidating. But I'm fortunate enough that I grew up in a community where I was never judged or bullied for it.
Yeah. So, would you say that you are kind of seeking a dad in men that you are dating?
That's a good question. I assume you're saying seeking kind of somewhat of a fatherly figure. You know, that has crossed my mind, but sexuality is just more complex than that, I believe. And I feel like even if I had a father figure in my life, that I would still be attracted to men.
Yeah, I feel you. So, as you said, you really like it here because you feel like you met a lot of incredible people. It's like a second home. Do you feel like?
Yeah, I feel like it's a second home. It took a while for that to become reality, because when I first moved here, it was such a culture shock. You know, I wouldn't have thought you wouldn't think that would be such a culture shock with the United States and United Kingdom. They both speak English.
Yeah.
How different can that be? But it's
Well,
really
it's not
different.
only about language, is it?
No, it's not. And I learned about that, and I learned that people have different sense of humor
Yeah.
that is different from mine, and just to be like, I love cracking jokes. I love just everyone trying to make everyone laugh, but like, it's an adjustment trying to figure out how to make people laugh, also letting them know that you're not personally taking a dig. Because I have had experiences with people where I made a joke and I thought it was clearly a joke. It was obvious, and I thought they knew that I really loved them and cared for them, but they took it really personally.
Yeah.
And so now I'm a bit more aware.
Mm-hmm.
I still mess up. I'm human, but
Yeah.
things like that.
Like, how do you see yourself in, like, let's say 5 or 10 years? Like, do you see yourself in London still, or would you want, like, to go back to America?
I definitely hope that London is going to be a big part of my future, just because I've made so many friends here, and I feel like a Londoner now.
I feel you.
But after school, I'm headed back out west, Los Angeles, hopefully. I really vibe with that city. That said, I kind of just want to have a job where I can move around and travel and have a job where maybe London is one of the places I go to a lot.
Wherever you are, I feel like you're going to be someone, Ricky. I think everyone does.
You're so sweet.
So, no, it's true. Like, and I think that the fact that you had, like, a different childhood than other kids is, like, your strength, kind of, because you know things that people don't, and that's what makes you strong. That was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for interviewing me.
And
You did
no
a great
worries.
job.
And that was Lola and Ricky for Blast Radio. And have a good day, guys. Thank you for listening to us.